Listen, I get what Tyreek was trying to do. He's in a new system. He's happy he wants his new quarterback, his young quarterback, to feel good. I get it. However, anytime you mention somebody like Tua, who has, like he said, he does not have the accolades. We don't even know if Tua will finish the season as their starter or be their starter next year. They have an opportunity for him to take the reins and do that to get them to the playoffs, but he hasn't done any of that. So Tyreek Hill unwittingly is putting more pressure on a young quarterback who came into the season where there are no more excuses. This is a franchise that got rid of the head coach, did not draft Justin Herbert, picked Tua.
These people are sick. Absolutely sick. This proves that Tua Tagovailoa is living rent-free in the heads of many sports journals around the country. Seriously, there must be some kind of infection that's spreading throughout the media and across the ESPN campus. Let's call it Tuaitis, because it's absolutely affecting the sports journo's ability to make sense. Kimberley Martin is a highly educated woman. She went to Wesleyan, but her disdain for Tua compelled her to expose her illness. Over at ESPN, it's obviously contagious. Their hoof-in-mouth malaise is causing them to spew some of the stupidest stuff you can imagine in sports media. I'd love to take a look at their internal demographics. What kind of brain-dead zombies buy into the drivel that they push out daily? Listen again to the sheer, unadulterated bullcrap that she spews out of her mouth. It's unbelievable.
We don't even know if Tua will finish the season as their starter or be their starter next year.
We don't even know if Tua will finish the season as a starter and whether he'll be a starter again next year. Seriously? Let's point something out. There are 32 starting quarterbacks in the NFL. I'd love for Kimberley Martin to tell me right now, which of the other 31 quarterbacks does she know definitively will be starting at the end of the season and definitively will be the starter next year? For that matter, I challenge you to tell me that. Go ahead and tell me in the comments if you know which of the other 31 NFL quarterbacks will definitely be starting at the end of this year and be the starter next year. Go ahead, I challenge you. Put all 31 down in the comments if you want to, but I want to know if you can tell me right now all 31 quarterbacks that will be starting this season and finishing the season as a starter for their team. Go ahead, go for it. The point being is that what she just said about Tua, she could say about any quarterback in the NFL. But for some reason, they always go after Tua. Do you see the insanity on display here? And then she continued by basically saying he hasn't done anything. The other quarterbacks in the league have, but he hasn't done anything. You know who else hasn't done anything? Let me show you. Let's see. This is Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson has been in the league a couple years, and Zach Wilson hasn't won a single playoff game. This is Drew Lock. Drew Lock has been in the NFL a couple seasons. He hasn't won a single playoff game. This is Jameis Winston. He's been in the league for quite a while. Hasn't won a single playoff game. This is Derek Carr. He's been a starter for quite a while. Hasn't won a single playoff game. Not one. Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz has played for, the Eagles. He's played for the Colts, and now he's with the Washington Commanders. He hasn't won a single playoff game. I include Geno Smith here because he may or may not be a starter at the beginning of the year. But in any event, Geno Smith has been in the league for a number of years, played for a number of teams. Guess what? Hasn't won a single playoff game. The much heralded quarterback out of Ohio State, Justin Fields, he's played in the league a couple years, and guess what? Hasn't won a playoff game. Ooh, here's one for you. Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's been playing since he came out of Oklahoma a few years ago. Guess what? He's never won a playoff game. And of course, Mac Jones, that we know came out of Alabama as well, playing up there with Bill Belichick, but he hasn't won a playoff game either. Sam Darnold played in the league a couple years, not sure where he's headed at this point. Jets, Carolina Panthers. And guess what? Not a single playoff victory has he won either. Danny Dimes Jones plays for the New York Giants. Been there a few years. Guess what? He hasn't won a playoff game either. And then, of course, everyone that compares Tua's place in the draft to Justin Herbert's place in the draft knows very well, or should know, that Justin Herbert hasn't won any playoff games either. There you have it. None of the quarterbacks that you just saw have won a single playoff game in their career. None. But do you hear the media moaning and deriding those quarterbacks the way they get on Tua? Nope. Why is that? Well, I think we all know why Tua has a target on his back. He came from the program in Alabama. He's a strong Christian. He's a good kid. He's been through a ton of adversity, and he keeps coming back. He's going to come back. I know he is. Call me a Tuananer. I don't care. I like people who come back from adversity. Let me know what you think in the comments. Why is the media so crazed about Tua Tagovailoa? And if you like this video, go ahead and check out one of these two videos right here. Talk to you soon.